Good morning, everybody. Fantasy Typhoon here, Flex Files. Off-season Flex Files, Part 3. Fantasy Typhoon here. Google or Bing the Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter, man. That's the whole page everywhere I've been. Kind of on the back end. I can't really get into this thing like I used to. I can't really dish them nuggets out like I used to. But I'm still connected and I still see things that most others don't. I like to try to give it to you to help you, man. Just a little piece. Just a little nugget to help you get through, man, to make that right decision when that trade offer comes in. When you're on the clock. When you're setting your lineups. You know what I mean? Just that little piece of information when you're making a move. Oh, yeah. I remember Typhoon said something about that. Let me check that out before you hit enter. Information wins trades, man. Not the trade chart, not the trade calculator. It's the information you got on those 2 players, 3 players, or the players' packages or whatever. And it's their information that they have. Like right now, George Pickens is my target wide receiver for the Pitsburgh Steelers. Why? All right, I'll go into that in a minute. First off, I want to get back to part 2 of these 1.01s. Remember, the 1.01 this year, man. This is kind of piggybacking off what I said on part 2, off-season flex file part 2. That 1.01 is crucial. It's usually a running back. In 1 QB leagues, it's a running back. Because that running back comes in, he's already acclimated. Once he walks across the stage, he's the starter. And you need that set it or forget it protection. All right, here's how you know you got a successful 1.01 in 1 QB league. Here's your criteria. If he gives you 5 years of set it and forget it production, I don't care if he get injured, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about every time he plays, he's in your lineup, set it and forget it, you're not really worried about him getting your points. That's a set it and forget it. That's a successful 1.01 in 1 QB leagues. That player got to give you 5 years of set it and forget it production to where you're worried about other slots or other positions besides that one position, whatever position it is. I don't care what the position is, just as long as that player is in doing his job week in, week out. Period. For 5 years, and you revisit it. Now here's what I do. If it's running back, 1.01, let's say it's Bijan, but it is Bijan, right? That's your 1.01 this year. Like I said on the Flex Files Part 2, don't get cute. Trade out, trade back, get greedy, and dilute it. Get your 2 players that are never set it and forget it, either one of them. You lost. All right? So your 1.01 is set it and forget it. Bijan Robinson, and right before when they pick his 5th year option up, that's when you trade him. And what you're trading him for, Typhoon? You're trading him for a wide receiver. You pivot. That's your pivot moment. Don't keep him no more longer than that. I don't care how young he is or how good he looks. That's your cutoff point. That's the time to get out right before that contract is signed. Like this year would be Josh Jacobs. All right. Gotta let you go, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got that performance. This is year 5. All right. This is year 6 now. I got my year 5. They didn't pay you. Now you coming back on a tender. See you later. Saquon Barkley, God dog, I love you, boy. I love you, boy. Time to ride. I got to let you go. I got to get a wide receiver now. You can't be on my team anymore. You got to go. That is a stern rule. No running backs get ready to break down, man. Those running backs break down. Ezekiel Elliott, you see what happened there. Just fell off. Joe Mixon fell off. Dalvin Cook, I should have got rid of you earlier. Even though you still produce just a little bit, I would have been covered from it. Because now he's finished. See that when you get out there on that 5th-year contract, that last year, once they pick it up, get that last year, and then get rid of him. He can't come back to the team. Once you implement that, you're gonna always be ahead of the curve. Now sometimes these running backs, Bijan might get injured. Like let's say what's the guy for the Baltimore Ravens? The guy that got hurt. Dobbins, J.K. J.K. is getting ready to enter his 5th. I'm sorry, J.K. wasn't a round 1 running back. I apologize. So he doesn't have that 5th-year option. But this is the last year I'm running with Dobbins. This is the last year I run with Dobbins. Dobbins got to get off the team. I'm going to run with him this year. Let him rack them points up, then I got to get out. And I'm going for a wide receiver. But in your 1.01 in your 2Q Superflex leagues, all right, you're usually a quarterback. I don't care. I don't mind that. But that 1.02, if somebody else grabs a running back in the 1.03 is Bijan, same rule applies as in 1 QB league. Once that first running back comes off the board, that is basically your 1.01. You won. You didn't lose. All right, let's say if the 1.01 was Trevor Lawrence, right? All right, 1.01 in Superflex, you got a taxi squad year. That's a red shirt, even if it's a QB. All right, he gets a red shirt year. He gets a red shirt year. Trevor Lawrence, you had to give him that red shirt year. Don't trade him. Sit him there for that red shirt year. He was your 1.01. Lamar Jackson, red shirt year. He got a red shirt. He came in the second half of the season after Flacco got hurt, did his thing. Now you see what you got. Patrick Mahomes, red shirted. You got a red shirt. All quarterbacks need to get that 1 year red shirt in Superflex. You got to give them that year. So that's the difference. Now, what I'm going to talk about now is moving on down the line. Well, Typhoon, what I do with the rest of this thing. Well, this year is more of a trade out year. Take the proven player instead of the mystery box. Like if you was on that show. What you want? You want the mystery box? Or you want 10,000? I put 10,000 in your hand or the mystery box. And the mystery box could be a car, but you need to take that 10,000. Because this one here, there's a lot of running backs that are capable that are going to be scattered into secondary positions. They're going to be sitting behind Miles Sanders. They're going to be sitting behind Austin Eckler. They're going to be sitting behind these guys are going to be sitting behind folks. Only that early round guy is going to come in and rock and roll. Now, if you own Cam Akers, here's what the deal is with Cam Akers. They got 2 second-round picks. They don't have a first. Remember, they don't believe in first-round picks there. You gotta know your landscapes of your players. You gotta know what's happening around them, not just their numbers. If you notice, I don't say anything about numbers. You go anywhere and get that. You go somewhere else and get your numbers. You come here and get your facts, get your meat, potatoes, and get your base to make your theory along with the numbers. But this stuff I give matters more than the numbers, because the numbers can tell you something. The numbers can say anything. But anyway, I don't want to get on that. But the numbers are important, but not more important as just observation. Now, what I'm saying is, Cam Akers, you gotta notice as the Cam Akers owner that they have 2 second-round picks. All right, first-round pick, the top 5 guys are perennial Pro Bowlers, Hall of Famers, those type of guys. That's out of the top 5 of the NFL draft, not the rookie, the NFL draft. Those guys, no matter what position, those guys should be Hall of Famers or perennial Pro Bowlers at some point in their career. You're looking for a guy that's going to come in, rock and roll, kind of change the franchise. Top 5. All right, 6 through 20. Those guys they are not blue chip. Those guys are supposed to come in, start, move the franchise forward for a long time, but we don't expect them to get a jacket. They could, but it's not expected. And from 23 on to 32, those are all really, in theory, those are all really second round picks. They just don't have enough first round graded guys that if the first round had to end every year, it would probably end at 15. About 15 is the sweet spot as far as first round guys that have been actually graded by an actual NFL team as a first round pick. Stops at 15, but since there are 32 teams, they got to keep drafting. So now you're really drafting at about, let's say, I'm giving a little grace here, at about 23 through 32. Now remember, 32, since Miami got in trouble, 32 is, now I'm talking about Cam Akers. Now 32 is really, 32 this year is really a first round pick because Miami lost their pick. So they won't be picking for the first round. So 32 this year will be a second round, but it's really a first round. You see what I'm saying? But after 20, let's just say your 23rd pick on through the first day is really second round picks. But they're first round picks in the NFL draft, but talent-wise, they are coming in as second round picks, the highest of the second round picks. All right, now your second round picks are your first batch of the second round. All second round picks usually are immediate starters. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to come in and start. Now, it depends on the incumbent in front of them. Now, if you coming in behind somebody who's entrenched as the starter, like let's say if Zeke was the starter and Tony Pollard came in as a second round pick, that's Zeke's backfield. So Pollard is going to have to come in, prove his mettle. Then they'll move on from Zeke, and then Pollard will shine. You see what I'm saying? But Pollard would shine that first year. Now, if you come in, like let's say if Bijan goes in the second round, he comes in Buffalo. James Cook, sorry, you're useless now. That's Bijan's job right out the gate because James Cook is seen as a satellite back. Now, I'm talking about Cam Akers. All right, now your third round picks are guys who are going to fill in they're going to play at some point in the year. They're there to back up, basically, of the injury. 4th round picks, going to make the team, may get some burn. It all depends. Now, 5th round on, you're lucky to be on the team. You're usually going to be special teams. Some of them guys hit now, but it's going to take an injury before one of them hit the field. The majority of the time, every now and then there's a guy come through that starts. I can't. That's not a all. This is not an all statement. This is the majority. Now, why are you telling me this? This is for Cam Akers. They have 2 second-round picks. The Rams. So if you got Cam Akers, those first 2 picks need not be running back. Now, if they take a running back in the 3rd round, Cam Akers is safe. At least for the start of the year, you got to start him. You got to start at the beginning of the year. Cam Akers is starting. He's coming out on the first play. When they get the names on the screen, starting running back, hey, Cam Akers, starting running back, whatever. You know how they do. Cam Akers is going to be the one coming out, giving his name, unless he gets hurt. This is all outside of injury. So you got to know your landscapes, man. You got to know James Cook is vulnerable. James Cook is vulnerable. But if James Cook comes, or if they don't draft that set it and forget it guy in the 1st round, James Cook is starting running back. Damon Harris is there for the 5-minute drill. When they up, about 5 minutes left on the clock, bring Damon Harris in. Let him eat it up. He's kind of the backup guy. This is James Cook's backfield as of right now. Let me see another backfield I can illuminate some light on. What's that guy? Came from Seattle. That's with the Eagles now. Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny pay was minimal. He can be cut. So if Bijan comes in, Rashad Penny might get cut. Strong possibility he's cut. He's looking for another team. So you got to go through the landscapes, man. You got to know each running back's landscapes and portions right before this draft comes in. So, all right, let's say if here's what's going to happen with Cam Akers. 3rd round, let's say a 4th round running back get drafted. Oh, Cam Akers in trouble. That's what you're going to see on social media. Sell Cam Akers and you just learn here. No. What's a 4th round? He's there for special teams and backup. He'll make the team. He should make the team. He shouldn't be practice squad. Could be a healthy scratch. Depends on how he acclimates to the NFL. It's all contingent upon that. If he comes in like Trey Sermon with a big head, thinking, hey, this is my backfield, and hadn't touched the ball, he'll be a healthy scratch. It all depends on how he acclimates to the players, acclimates to the locker room, acclimates to the coaches. Can he take coaching? That's all contingent upon that. So now, let's get to George Pickens. So let me finish this and I get to Pickens. So your 1.03, man, and all that. Now I really don't know these landing spots yet. This is the most important landing spot draft that we've had in a while. You guys that are drafting now out of the blind, before these guys have a team, boy, hey man, I take my hat off to you guys. You guys are really in there blind, man. You guys really in there blind. You really don't know what's happening right now. You have no idea what's going down. So, man. But from the 1.03 in 1 QB league and the 1.5 in Superflex, from that point back, Don't sell your pick until you're on OTC. Once you're on the clock, that's when you got a decision to make. Use your time. Send out offers. Put the notifications out. I'm open to trading the pick. I'm listening to offers right now. Put that out. Let folks know that, hey, if you come up with the right price, I might sell it or I might make my pick. Just make sure you let the league mates know, hey, I don't mind making a pick here. I'm just checking to see, what offers you got coming. Make sure you kind of word it that way. You got to make sure you let them know that, hey, I'll pick now. All right, now let's get into. So this year is the year to kind of get out, man. Kind of get out. This is a dicey. Because once Bijan's off the board, it gets dicey. It all depends on where them guys go. Wide receivers too. There's no dog this year. Really no dog at quarterback. There's your best one or your best two, but there's not a dog. Set it and forget it. Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning type thing. But, all right, hopefully I finish that up. Now let me get to Pickens. Now, this is another thing that GMs do that we as fantasy managers, if we kind of get in there and grasp it and kind of do our own little homework, we can come to close a conclusion, the same conclusion we can come into the ballpark of the same conclusion as a real NFL GM. All right, now Pittsburgh just traded for wide receiver from the Rams. He's finished. That guy's finished. He's a possession receiver only. But they needed it. They needed wide receiver depth. But they can get it through the draft, Typhoon. Why did they trade? Here's why they traded. Pittsburgh is looking at their board. Right? They're looking at draftable grades on all players. Pittsburgh didn't have draftable as many draftable grades on wide receivers. Because if you look at the needs of all 32 teams, 19 teams need wide receivers. You would assume 19 teams need wide receivers. So that's 19 wide receivers that are going to be gone before Pittsburgh was really comfortable in taking a wide receiver this year. Not every year. Each year is different. So what Pittsburgh did is say, so in about the third or fourth round, where we really wanted to get us one of these wide receivers, they're going to be gone. But we kind of want to use those first ones. We kind of want to use those picks on defense or whatever, or offensive line or whatever they wanted to use it on. It was besides a wide receiver. And they knew when they wanted to get in the game to get a wide receiver, they're 19. A strong possibility they're gone. So Pittsburgh was proactive. Pittsburgh said, we got 19 guys that we really would love to have. But these guys are normally going to be gone by the time we fix our other stuff and do what we really want. Then when we get to fixing our wide receiver room, man, these guys are going to be gone. So let's get proactive. Let's go ahead and trade. Let's get the Rams on the phone. Let's get them to eat some of that money. And let's give up something and go ahead and bring. And what they do, they moved up about 18, 19 spots to get that wide receiver. I can't think his name. He was with the Bears. Then he went to the Rams, and now he used to be with the Jaguars. I can't even think of the dude's name no more. That shows you he's finished in my book. I done pretty much forgot his name. But so what's happening there? So now your Pickens owner is getting a little nervous. See, he doesn't know that was a proactive move. You know, he doesn't get this information. He's thinking, he's coming there to take a spot, when actually he's coming there as a rookie. He's fulfilling a rookie for this year. He won't be back next year. He just came into Allen Robinson. He just came in to fulfill the rookie need that they won't make this year, but they'll be able to make a rookie next year. Well, should be. It'll be a different crop of receivers, and they might have different needs. They might be able to spend a second on a wide receiver next year because the other parts of the draft might not be as good. You see what I'm saying? So he is the rookie alternative. Now they got him a veteran that can come in, learn the playbook, run around for a little bit, for a year. Then we'll push him off and bring us in a rookie next year. But here's the deal. Make no mistake, George Pickens is the best wide receiver on the Steelers that I stutter. Better than Deontay Johnson. They're almost finished with Deontay Johnson. So you're going to see the playbook specialize and zone in on George Pickens more than it did last year. You're going to see him take a step. Now, it's not going to be that major step to where he's set it and forget it, or what I want to say, a wide receiver 1. He's going to be a fringe wide receiver 2. But 2024, it's going to be Pickens' team. The ball is coming through Pickens. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. And then they can kind of move off Deontay Johnson. And then they'll have that rookie will be in there next year to take his spot. And then he'll be able to move up, hopefully, because Pittsburgh does good with their wide receivers as far as in camp. They have good track record of training their wide receivers to be dogs. Deontay Johnson, for some reason, didn't have it. He's not a dog. Pickens a dog. Dogs eat. Pickens gonna eat, man. That's gonna be Pickens. You're gonna be like, dang it, Typhoon told me 2 years early. And Typhoon told me exactly how that thing was getting ready to go down. Go get Pickens now while your owner thinks Allen Robinson is in there for competition, when you know Allen Robinson is there just for 1 year because he's a safe haven just in case one of those wide receivers they have on their board is not there when they deem it fit to go the wide receiver route. This is fantasy information, man. This is information. This is what you need. And you can go get the numbers of Pickens. I'm telling you before the numbers come out. I don't need numbers because dogs produce, period. You always get a dog because a dog is going to put up points. A dog going to put up top points, period. You know what I'm saying? George Pickens is a dog. It's just a matter of time before he put up points. I don't have to worry about what he did his first year, what he's going to do this year, because I'm already telling you what he is. They get ready to elevate him. He's going to come in. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing him. Right now you see him at the Z. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing him over at the X. Over on the left side of the field. When you do, woo! Ding, 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 ding. Let the bells go off. Typhoon, here it comes. It's on the way. It's in the making. Once you see him start lining up on the right side of the field in the X, ball game. Let's let you know right now, Deontay Johnson, you don't notice? See, you got to understand this stuff, though. See, I was taught by an NFL player this stuff. He taught me how to watch it, pay attention to this stuff. He taught me how to watch this stuff. Actually, it was Mert Hanks. Burton Hanks, man, took about 3 years with me, about 10 years ago, and taught me formations, taught me where the ball's going, taught me how the plays are designed, taught me what a defensive back is looking for when they prepare for offense through a defensive back eyes, what he sees on offense and where he's ready to jump routes and take the ball because he understands where the ball is getting ready to go. That's what he taught me. So that's what I'm trying to teach you. I can't teach you all of it, but I can give you little highlights in there. So get ready for George Pickens. And as I go through, I already told you Breece Hall is your 1.01 if healthy in redraft. Yeah, let him, but he won't go at 1.01. Everybody's going to go Christian McCaffrey, and I don't know why. Then Austin Eckler. You know, they're going to go off the board. Maybe Kenneth Walker might go off for him. But as long as he's got to be healthy now. We got to get more information on his health. Breece Hall. Now, rumors are out now from Salah and the GM that he's in a fantastic place. But we know that don't mean crap. You know? But we'll see. So, hey. So I just want to reiterate. Let me recap. 1.01, don't play with it this year. Draft Bijan, one of the super flexes. Going to get you 2 quarterbacks. And then if you hit Bijan, hey, don't get cute. If you got Bijan, if you got Bijan and super flex at the 103, doggone it, you might have won. You might have won that draft. But remember, you got 5 years. You got 5. Once they pick up his 5th-year option, it's time to get him off your team. Get that last year out of him and then get rid of him. During the season, or make sure you get a wide receiver for him. Wide receiver plus, make sure you get you a good wide receiver coming back because their longevity is, man, running backs get hurt. You see Breece Hall? Breece Hall came in balling. Got hurt, man. Kenneth Walker came in, got hurt. Devontae Williams came in, got hurt. J.K. Dobbins came in, got hurt. Man, these running backs gonna get hurt, man. You can't depend on them suckers, man. You can't depend on them. But you need them. You can't depend on them. All right, folks. What I want to reiterate, George Pickens, make sure you go in and get him. I told you why. And this is to get a trade out on those draft picks in your dynasty leagues. Yeah, it's time to trade out. Trade back. Get you a proven player, like one guy asked me yesterday. I get DMs. I do my questions via DM. I don't do them openly. So if you have a question for me, you can DM me, the Fantasy Typhoon on Twitter. Shoot me a DM, I'll answer it. Because I can go a little bit more in depth in the DM, and I don't want everybody to know my thinking. I don't want my thinking to be public like that. You know, I like my stuff to be secluded and in secret. Well, you know, maybe I learned a lot from you guys too. So I think he had a deal. Hold on, let me look at it right quick. I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly what it is. All right, which side dynasty? Superflex PPR. Monty, Terry McLaurin, Montgomery, Terry McLaurin, Montgomery and Terry McLaurin for the 109 and the 2022 and the 2024 second. Give me Monty and Terry immediately. got Eric Bieniemy in town. They're going to unlock Terry. Terry already came up to him like a dog. Hey, man, welcome aboard. We work hard here. Terry has already confronted Bieniemy. Shook his hand, man to man, face to face. I'm the dog. How you doing? Basically what he did. I'm the dog here. Welcome aboard. Yeah, so he already made his presence known. So that's an easy one. He said he already had Swift. So he get Monty for backup. I told him to sell it. I told him to sell mine. But Montgomery, but he said he got Swift, so he wanna that's your running back. That's what you gotta do. You gotta double down on these running backs, man. Backup in dynasty is almost important as the top dog. That's what I always do now in dynasty. If I got the running back, if I got B John, I'm gonna go get that backup for cheap. Man, that sucker sitting there, boy. I ain't ready to get to the playoffs and watch that sucker beat me on another team. All right, Fantasy Typhoon, man. I'm on my commute. Man, these Spanish, I'm sorry, man. These Spanish, I know this noise in the background is killing you. Man, these nuggets hit me, man, on this commute. We got like an hour commute in the morning now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning on April 20th. So, all right, guys, I'm out. Fantasy Typhoon, we out. Y'all have a good day.